everyone involved in this has been steadfast from the beginning. Um, I'm not going to tell you that if something like this happened to my kid that I, wouldn't have questions at first, but once I was able to get those questions answered, it is what it is. Um, Another thing I'd just like to say is that um, the the Johnson family, by all rights, was not a family of means. They were working class people, just like most of us. Um, and I feel as though comments that have been made, there was one comment made that um, they will own Lowndes County, they will own Harrington Funeral Home when this is done, so on and so forth. It all revolves around money. It's a get rich quick idea. They are at every rally, every movement, every BLM movement, every place that they can possibly go, pretty much every week or every weekend. They've made it their full-time job in the name of seeking justice to ask for donations. They have a very active GoFundMe. It's only generated like $2,900 in 6 or 9 months, but they continue to push hard for donations to that cause, um, to gain money off of this happening. Um, I'm gonna just say something, and this is a personal opinion. I feel like Lowndes High School was negligent in some way. That's my personal opinion. It's nothing more than that. Um, I feel like if it were me, rather than going on this murder witch hunt, I would have probably looked at the school for some kind of settlement, or at least an admission of negligence in some way. It really and truly, yeah, it was a tragic accident. I don't know that there's anything the school really could have done to have prevented it. Nobody thought that a bunch of wrestling mats in the corner were going to be the cause of someone's demise. But just the same, it happened, and it happened on their property. And I'll state for the record that this is a school system that I attended. This is a school system that my children may one day attend again. It's not, I have no dog in this fight. I don't know any of these families personally. I don't know the superintendent of the schools personally. None of these people. Um, but I do feel like if it were my child, that would have been the road that I went down. Instead of making up accusations, literally just making up stories as they went along, the numerous lies that have been told. Case in point, at one point, pretty early on after Kendrick died, Mr. Johnson, Kenneth Johnson, said on a telephone call to, I think it was the NAACP, that no one from the school or no officials from the school had talked to them, had, consoled them, had sent condolences, whatnot. And that is just not true. And that was from the very beginning. There were several members of the school, several teachers, coaches, that attended the funeral, that went to the Johnson home to offer condolences. People were very involved in this. They were very much mourning the loss of Kendrick. The whole school did. The whole community did. It's a tragic accident, but it's turned into a race issue. And it's not a race issue. This is not Trayvon Martin. No one was gunned down here. Um, there's no person to blame here. Um, and I'll leave you with this. I can guarantee you that any of the naysayers, any of the thousands of people out there that say, no, this wasn't right, something's fishy, this kid was murdered, whatever, any questions that are viable, legitimate questions that you have, I can answer. I can answer them with facts. The reason that I can answer them with facts is because, number one, I've reviewed the case file. I've looked at the evidence chain. I've looked at the autopsy. I've looked at the coroner's report. I educated myself before I spoke. And that is crucial. Um, if you have a question, please feel free to send it to me. I can provide you with an email link to this video that will, you'll be able to ask me anything you want. And I can tell you factual evidence. Another place that you can check out is there's a Facebook page that is called Stand Up for Brian Bell. That page has done a fantastic job of not offering anything but true factual evidence in this case. Yes, it is entitled Stand Up for Brian Bell, and that is why it was created. However, there is very little to no demeaning, slander, defaming on that page. Not that I've seen. It's moderated, but the comments that come in from the opposition are looked at and answered. They're literally answered rather than just being blocked. Like, I tried to speak on, it was one of the Kendrick Johnson memorial pages or foundation pages a couple of times, and I just said, I feel like this happened, I've looked at this and this happened, and I was immediately, my comments were deleted and blocked. I was blocked. That's not how this works. That's not how it's supposed to work. A Facebook page is out there to present information from either side for that part of the cause. And you should be intelligent enough to, if someone has a difference of opinion, to talk about that, to have an open discussion about what you feel happened or what you've seen. Maybe there is stuff out there that I don't know or haven't seen or whatever. I don't feel like there is. I've done my due diligence here. I've been involved with this for over a year. But, if you've got something that's credible, that's not a tweet from 3-4 years ago, where Brian said, I'm cleaning so many niggas or whatever right now. You can't use things like that against a person. He was 15 at the time. I think that it was, me and so jumped off of a 2-story building last night. Power cleaning niggas, I think was the comment that was made. And then that's with quotes. I don't use that word. But people have construed that to, he was a racist and he was going to kill black people or whatever. That's ridiculous. It's absurd. If my children were to be held to the fire for everything they've ever said or every comment they've ever made on social media, God knows what kind of people they would be portrayed as. They're kids. They talk out their ass. So, I can leave this part at that, but I just feel as though there's been a huge injustice done to the Bell family, the Eakins, to Ryan Hall, and these kids don't deserve it. If you look at the real facts and the evidence of this case, the kids do not deserve it. And that's my whole purpose of speaking out. And, again, if you have questions, if you would like to talk openly about this case or, anything that you don't understand, or if you're on the fence and you're like, well, I don't really know what happened, this looks bad for this, but maybe this happened, whatever, I will talk to you. I have no problem talking to you. I just feel like this needs to be looked at from all sides of the coin. So, thank you.